Hello and welcome. This is Traders Next Door. I'm your host, Ed Katshabe from Forex Insights SA, and this is the Daily Scoop. Liberation Day has come and gone, and it has been a lot bigger than the experts were expecting. Donald Trump announced that he would be introducing reciprocal tariffs, and the market was hoping that that was just a bluff. Donald Trump has historically used the threat of tariffs as a negotiation tactic, so there was some anticipation that these would be a little bit understated, but boy, were we wrong. This is serious and things got spicy. First of all, Donald Trump announced that he was going to introduce a universal baseline tariff of 10%, and that is going to be effective from April 5th. And this applies to all countries with imports going into the United States of America. This part was largely expected. It's the reciprocal tariffs that were a little bit of a shock. He introduced country-specific reciprocal tariffs that are going to be imposed on countries where he feels like the trade deficit is a little bit unfair, skewing away from the US's favor. He introduced an additional 34% tariff on China. This is on top of the baseline 10% tariff and on top of previous existing tariffs. So the tariffs on China are as high as 54% right now. Vietnam got an additional 36%, Thailand with an additional 26%, Switzerland with 21%, India 16%, Japan 14%, and even South Africa with an additional 15% tariff on top of that 10% baseline. So things have gotten really heated in this economic space. Some countries like Mexico and China Mexico and Canada were exempt from the baseline tariff. However, they are still getting a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum products as well as automobile imports. So all of this news has caused a massive shakeup in the market. We saw the Dow Jones drop over 1,600 points, down 6% on the day. And this is the worst drop we've seen in the Dow since 2020 when COVID and the lockdown was introduced. The Nasdaq fell 6% as well, reflecting huge losses in the tech sector, as a lot of tech sector is built upon foreign companies or foreign shells or foreign manufacturing. So this represented a massive loss to the industry. The S&P 500 dropping 4.8%, and this is also the worst performance since 2020. And all of this represents about a $3.1 trillion loss in market value. We did see some positives, however. Normally when the United States is a little bit in turmoil, the safe haven currencies tend to see a little bit of a boost. We saw gold and the Japanese yen take massive gains as investors are pulling away from the United States dollar and moving on to less volatile assets right now. And volatility is going to be the name of the game moving forward. As the United States has now imposed their reciprocal tariffs, these other countries are going to likely make moves of their own. They're likely going to impose their own set of tariffs or their own set of measures to counteract these reciprocal tariffs that they have been imposed upon. And this is likely to start a little bit of a trade war. It's going to go a little bit back and forth. So right now, volatility is likely going to be the name of the game moving forward as things shake up and try and settle into a new normal. Some investors think that the United States doesn't really have the cards it thinks it has, and this is going to be a net negative for the United States overall. But Donald Trump seems very steadfast on his plan. He is going ahead with it, and come April 5th, a lot of these tariffs are going to become effective. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen in the markets going forward. Volatility is going to be the name of the game, and as always, that represents opportunity for us as traders to take advantage of it. So if you would like to take advantage of the volatility in the market and all the money that can be made, go ahead and get yourself a Vault Funder account. You can use code FISA, F-I-S-A, to get 35% off all Vault Funder accounts today, and let's start making money with the opportunities that are going to be presented with itself. With volatility comes big moves, with big moves comes big profits, so don't waste time. Now is the best time to be in the markets. I've been Ed Katashabe, this has been Traders Next Door, and you have just heard the Daily Scoop.